Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all, I want to put some awareness on Alexis Ware name, and I can do that. Now, her friend Alexis met this young lady at a restaurant outside a restaurant. She met this young lady right here who was on Steve Wilkos' show that was telling the story how she met Alexis Ware. She said she met Alexis Ware sitting in her car outside one of the top restaurants in Greensville, South Carolina. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know which one of these restaurant is the top restaurant in Greensville. Because you see, it's a couple of them. You got Empire Buffet, Chinese King, Ming Dynasty. You got China Work. She didn't say which one of them. And you got Sean Singh up there. She didn't say which one. She just told Steve, you need to try it. Okay? Now, Empire Buffet, I don't know how their food tastes. I don't know what she talking about that one. This is channel top 10. And I couldn't go in there, so this on for it'll take me in there. I don't know. They're talking about this one. The name of this is channel top 10. I'm just gonna do a couple of them, okay? You got Speedy Walk. Now, y'all, I don't know which one of them, so I'm just gonna stop right here, okay? Because I don't know which one. As you can see, there is a couple more, so I just only took you to 3 of them. So I don't know which one I'm supposed to be the finest Chinese buffet in Greensville, South Carolina, but the young lady said that is one that you really need to try. She mentioned that how she met Alexis Ware, she was parked on the side of her. Now, to be honest with you, this young lady's story has been consistent since the beginning. Okay? To me, it has been consistent since the beginning. I don't know about y'all, but I think so. And I think she's been stuck to a story. So she said she met Alexis. Alexis was sitting on the side of her, and she was sitting on the side of her. And they just started talking. She was in her car, and she was in her car. Two beautiful girls started talking to each other. I just don't understand. Only thing I just don't understand, how can she say Alexis is a great person and she just met Alexis? How can I say that you're a great person? And I just, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just be tripping off of people. I just wonder, how can you say a person is a great person if you don't know that person? You just met that person sitting in a parking lot. How can you say I'm a good person? You don't know me yet. I always wonder how people say that and they don't know you. So she was telling Steve that Alexis was everybody like Alexis, love Alexis because she's a good person. How does she know when she just met her at that time? Now, so when she was walking to her car, she told her she was beautiful and everything. She said, "You're beautiful too." So they kicked it out. And she went over about 2 weeks passed by, so she went over. Alexis called her over. She went over to Alexis' house, and she and Alexis sat down and had a conversation. And the conversation is like, I want to, evidently she had to tell Alexis some kind of storyline. For Alexis said, well, you can have my furniture. You can have all of my furniture in my house. That's what she said. Okay, then what I want to ask y'all. I want to ask y'all this. They had a whole conversation with each other, okay? They had something in common. And what thing they had in common with both of them were beautiful girls. Alexis, let me say, God, what's this girl name? I don't want to call her Medusa, but I can't think. I don't remember their name. I covered so many cases. But anyway, they must have got on the conversation about it on the fan page, and and what the young lady was told Alexis about her OnlyFans page, and allegedly, uh, that's what the conversation was about. Okay, so she had to show her OnlyFans page because you want to see how somebody else's page kicked out. So they had that conversation, but y'all know that Alexis Ware, I don't know if she had an OnlyFans, but I know she had Instagram. But OnlyFans is kind of different from Instagram. So the young lady said that they was talking about that, but Alexis didn't have no pictures on her OnlyFans page yet. But she is a Instagram influence. Okay. Now, that young lady was describing Alexis as wanted to be. She was her mentor. Okay, and Alexis was instructing her what to do and not to do. I wonder why Alexis always instruct people what to do and what not to do. So the young lady said she was telling her that she was like a mentor to her, and she was going to tell her what to do and not to do. And I can understand that part. If she has an OnlyFans page, why is Alexis directing her? And I believe that Alexis is like that because she's more of a mother figure. You know what I mean? And she feel the danger in her on OnlyFans, even though she wanted to be on there. Y'all think so? What do y'all think about that? And because she was telling this young lady said right here that Alexis was telling her what to do, what not to do, the right ways to go about it. How is she telling her that? And if she already have an OnlyFans page, you see what I mean? So she continued her story on the uh with Alexis Ware, and so she said that this is on the outside of Alexis' apartment. She said that she used to go over to Alexis' house because she was into health care, and Alexis was into hair, so she would go over to Alexis' house to visit her. She was saying that they would cheer, but she thought it was so cute and funny when she was telling Steve that she said that they would cheer, they would do girl stuff. I don't know what's so funny. So yeah. I don't know what was so funny, y'all, when she told Steve that, they were doing girl stuff, they would chill, they would do girl stuff, and I'm off. I don't know what she's talking about. And I know if I don't know what she's talking about, Steve don't either. Yeah, I'm trying to work around this since she is the up to date person on the case, on the Alexis Ware case. I'm just trying to put awareness on her name. Okay, keep awareness on her name, and I can do that. Now, the young lady said they became close. They became to be close. Okay, and Alexis had a little conversation with her. Well, she wanted to give her everything that she has in her apartment. Okay, including her car. She wanted to give her everything. Now, I'm going to tell you what Steve going to say, and I want to know why did Steve say that. I'm not going to let you hear what Steve said because I don't want to get a copyright. But what he said to her kind of like threw me off because I don't understand where he get that from. why he said that. She was telling this young lady that she can have everything in her apartment. Come get the keys, come get the key to the car, and everything. Come get everything. Everything. Okay? She said, and you know what, y'all? Any woman who have lived in this world, I done it before. I don't move from apartment leaving all my furniture in there because I couldn't take the furniture where I couldn't afford to buy a truck at that time. I was working, but I couldn't afford to get a U-Haul. I didn't want the apartment right then because I was trying to get away from this guy. But since I couldn't give it to nobody seemed like they wanted, I just left the furniture in the apartment like Alexis did. But I had a daughter, so I took my daughter with me. Because I want to get away from this guy, y'all. I had to get away from this guy because he know exactly where I live, and he did, we went through ups and downs bad. So anyway, it's not about me, about Alexis Ware. So anyway, Alexis Ware wanted to give her everything belonged to her car keys, everything in the house, okay? She wanted to start all over again. That's what she said. And I can understand Alexis Ware with that. So let me keep going on with the young lady's story. She said that she asked Alexis why did she want a fresh start. A lot of women want fresh start, okay? But usually if they have a fresh start, they'll take their kids. But see, at that particular time, I had one daughter. Alexis had a little boy and a little girl. She had a 10 and a 1-year-old. So it was a bit different kind of stress on her. But only thing with Alexis, I just don't understand why she didn't share this information with her mom. That's what threw me out. Why she didn't want her mom to know this? I didn't want my mom to know this, what I was going through either. So I could have been like Alexis. You don't want your mom to know stuff like that. Some women don't, and I can understand Alexis. I didn't want my mom to know I was going through this. Even though I was close to my father, I wouldn't have told him. I didn't tell him what I did. I didn't tell him I left that furniture in that house. I didn't even tell my sister. I didn't tell my brothers. I just up and left with my daughter. Okay. So Alexis put awareness on her name. That's what we're trying to do. This doesn't seem unusual to me. Okay. Her story went on. Alexis was telling her, as a mentor, this is what I'm supposed to do for you. I'm supposed to do stuff for you. I just the only thing I just can't understand is she have family members that she could be mentored to, but she took into this young lady for some reason. So it was plenty of time when she was sitting down, this young lady right here was sitting right beside her mom. You had a conversation with Alexis' mom, and Alexis' mom heard everything Alexis was saying as well. What I don't understand is, if Alexis is my mentor and I'm her mentee, when I said I was going to leave, and I love you and everything, I want you to have everything I have. Don't you know I would have asked Alexis, well, where you going? Where you going, Alexis? She did not ask Alexis where she was going. That's your mentor. You should be concerned about where your mentor was going, right, y'all? Is one right or wrong? I'm just saying. She wasn't concerned about where her mentor was going. She told Steve she didn't ask any questions. She didn't ask Alexis any questions. But that's your mentor. Wouldn't you be concerned about where your mentor was going so you can call her or visit her? And where's her new start? Where's she talking to you from? I don't see no concern right there. Steve asked this young lady, why didn't you ask her where she was going? I still think that she knows a little bit more stuff, y'all. I believe that she knows a little bit more stuff. Not that much. I don't think she know that much. I think she just know that. I'm just curious. I tell you what, she don't know anything. I don't think she know anything. I just think that I just wonder why she ain't curious about where her mentor was headed. Now Steve said something that trips me out. So Steve was asking her, was telling her, like if that's your friend or that's your mentee or whoever, why you didn't ask you look like she would have asked her where you going? Where you going? Where you headed? Not what you doing it for? What you doing what for? Steve figured that it sounded like a person that want to do self-harm to themselves. And I can understand where he get that from. Why would he even think that Alexis Ware will want to? Where did he get that thought from? You know what I mean? Where, cause that's because I was gonna leave my stuff in the house and stuff like that, and I'm gonna give it away, and I want to give it to you and everything. I don't mean that I'm gonna do anything to myself. Just I want to get away and start a new life. But maybe she did so anyway, y'all. Maybe Alexis wanted to start a new life. Maybe she did. Maybe she couldn't do it with the kids. All depends on what kind of new life she wanted to start. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So let's go ahead on. Anywho, I wanted to bring that up because that's the newest of Alexis Ware. When Medusa was on, I want to call her Medusa, but I can't think of her name. She was on, and you can put it in the check if you want to. Now, there was a situation when the young lady said something about South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. I wonder where these apartments are where they found three bodies in, but they didn't. The bodies weren't identified. Not saying it was Alexis. I'm just saying awareness on the name, y'all. Okay, before you go run and say the wrong thing. Okay, this was one street. Uh, what is it? McNicholas and Log Cabin. There was three bodies found there. An abandoned apartment building, y'all. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, putting awareness on here, okay? That what was said, that they was unidentified. I know y'all afraid to talk about things, but in the comment section, I would like to hear from you all. What are your thinks or your thoughts on Alexis where um she just been missing 3 years. Not 5 and 6, 3 years. 2022, okay? And it's 25. I have watched so many shows where people don't been missing 18 years and alive and doing good, had kids. Now, tell me what you think. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.